All right, ladies. Thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you. So as you may know, this is Socks on Off podcast where I get different individuals on, just talk to them about themselves or different topics. With this one, this was a series that I started but haven't done in a while. It's the Ebony Experience, and what that is and what that is I get different Black women on and talk about them and their lives and their experience in America. So, jumping into that, if you just want to introduce yourself, your name, what you like to do, where you're from.
Okay. My name is Dee Dee. I am from Texas. I now reside in Oklahoma, but it's actually my second home because I've been here long enough. And I graduated from here, so it's basically home where you graduate. Okay, and then something I like to do is just chill with my people,
And I'm the people. Hello. Hi.
and my kids and my sister, and I'm a family person. What else? Sure. That's about it.
And you're going back to school.
And I'm going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great achievement. Sorry, we smoked a lot, guys. So, my words.
I can. My name is Kiera. I am from Louisiana, but I graduated from Broken Arrow as well. This is my bestie boo. What's the name?
What's your profession?
I work.
She works with really nice people.
I did. I work for a medical, for a hospital. Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm. I work for a hospital, y'all. Mm-hmm. There we go. And I'm going back to school for respiratory therapy. So, just keep me in your prayers. You girls work overnight, so we're going to do this back together. Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Also recently engaged. Thank you.
Oh. And that.
Happy for you. Oh.
Look, I'm sorry. I was like, wait.
It's my hype man, and I'm also her hype man. Okay.
I just couldn't forget it. I'm sorry. Like, wait, it didn't slip. I just.
Yeah. It's a newer thing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So how long did you live in Texas before you moved here?
Okay, so I moved here my 8th grade year.
Okay. That's a big transition, especially for a girl turning into a woman. Did you notice a difference between Texas and Oklahoma in the way that Black people interacted?
Whew. Okay, so there was a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It was a crazy transaction for me because I don't know, I went to like a predominantly Black school there, and when I came up here it was predominantly white. And they, like, we really didn't even have our own nothing. Like, you would see another Black kid. I mean, I don't know, when I moved there I was just like, hey, I see you, brother, sister, over there to my left. Like,
How you think we live that, baby?
Yeah.
I embraced everyone I seen because I'm like, why we not stronger around here? You know, like, why we all ducked off and separated?
Should have went to Booker T. You would have liked Booker T.
I mean, it wasn't my choice.
You would have been my best if you would have went to Booker T.
The move wasn't even my choice. It was like I was coming out of school all happy.
Mm-hmm.
I see my grandma, but the look on her face was like, because I was still with my grandparents.
Right.
And my mom had recently remarried, and they had moved to Tulsa for his job.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I kind of got stuck down here, and it was just unexpected because I just told my granny, I was like, just one more year, I'll stay with you one more year, and then I'll go.
Right.
Because my sister came, because she's a mama's girl. And I was like, yeah, I just wasn't ready for that uproot yet.
For sure.
And yeah.
No, that's a big thing, especially Oklahoma. I feel like people have a really bad picture of what Oklahoma is. Tumbleweeds, nothing basically.
I mean,
cows.
Nothing to get here. It's nothing in between.
Right, for
like,
sure.
It's something, but in between a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Oklahoma, it's cool. I don't.
Wait, so on that note, honestly, I had never even heard of Oklahoma before I moved here.
Really?
I was an Army brat, and I'm really bad at geography. That is my, that's my one weakness. But, yeah.
But she traveled.
Yes.
But she traveled. She traveled. She might not know where it's at, where she going, but she going.
Baby, we get there. Blissfully.
Blissfully. Yeah, walk by sight or walk by faith is her slogan, guys.
Hey, that's what it is.
So a lot of people say not to see color, but it's really hard not to see color when you're surrounded by one color.
I like this podcast because we on my subject. Okay.
So how did you adapt to that, especially coming from a predominantly black school and now feeling like the outcast if you did?
Okay, well, I did come from a predominantly black school, but there was whites there.
Right.
And they were, like, everybody got along.
They act black.
No, seriously. And they really didn't. Like, you did have that crowd, but you didn't have that crowd. Like, there was still, like, some off-brands in there. And, some cool people in there. Was some
Never mind. She would have made fun of me in school.
Everybody had their role. Everybody had their role. And everybody played their role.
Right.
But when I came here, it really was kind of like shock because it was really cliquey. And where I was from, everybody embraced, like, everybody. You did have your people, but everybody was, like, cool. But I feel like everybody was they people only and to the rest of everybody else. And I was just like, I don't like this because I was fighting a lot. So when I moved, I was like, okay, like.
No more fighting.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, I'm going to catch a case out here. I'm going to catch a case. And
Terrifying. I should do background checks before I do this podcast just to make sure my safety is cool.
No, you safe. You safe.
I wouldn't get you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't get you. I wouldn't get you. Like, there's no,
And she wouldn't get you because y'all are the same.
It would have to be necessary for me to get you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I really don't be doing
I
anything,
don't
so.
put out a character for just,
Yeah. So it has to be worth it. So it's like, I'll feel good, but then I'll feel bad. Because, I'm worth something to her, but not in a good way.
If you can trigger me, maybe you mean something to me.
Yeah.
You know me like that. So.
For sure. I think I trigger people in different emotions.
Right.
Like happier
But in good
emotions.
ways,
Yeah. Happier emotions. Let's just, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so, oh my goodness, sorry. Now I was thinking about sex, so I totally just forgot my question. So how long did it take you to adapt to this new surrounding, especially seeing all these different cliques and not knowing if you'll fit in or not?
I mean, I fit in anywhere I go because I really don't see color. That's why when you said that, I was like, I don't. I feel like there's one race, and that's the human race, and I don't see no color in the human race. So
for sure.
I don't know. I embrace everybody. Like, I was really, when I first moved here, I was upset because I was trying to talk to people and be like that, but I was like, I ain't never not been liked, so it's kind of hard for me. And I was like, why don't you like me? Like, I'm trying to be nice to you. And
Did you ever think it was your color? And if you did, how long did it take you to come to that realization?
I mean, I figured, I'm not gonna say it was my color. I just figured like I said, when I first moved here, it was like a couple. So I just felt like it was just rare.
I really wouldn't use the word like, I wouldn't even use the word like color. It's more like they didn't like our personality is how I take it.
Okay.
Like,
I'll take it like that. Now that I'm older, I'll take it like that. Hopefully it's like that. I don't know. They was racist out there.
No, I'm not saying they're not racist, but I'm just saying like young, naive people, that's what she would have thought,
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. So, well, now that it could be color, how does it make you feel? Especially for you not to see color. I mean, it's really hard for minorities to not see color when that's how we are seen.
Right. What's the question?
Yeah, so now that you're older, and it could have been your color. Because, of course, I mean, it's easier to embrace lighter-skinned women because either their mom or dad is white.
Right.
And two dark-skinned women, that could be... is that cool? Is that...
No.
Because I love it. Because cool. Because the laugh, I was like, damn.
I'm laughing
And my
because of my own thoughts.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
She's still laughing at herself from earlier. That's really good.
I'm in a whole nother world. Like, I'm here, but
Yeah, it's
you know,
cool.
when you say certain things, it's just like inside joke.
Yeah,
Okay.
inside joke. No, I feel you.
You were saying like, how do I feel now that I'm older?
Yeah, there we are.
Okay. I feel like I still choose not to see color, and I just gotta love everybody with the heart that God gave me because that's what He told me to do.
For sure.
And yeah.
Yeah, so it's really difficult to go through this world and not experience some type of racism. And I feel like with me, I don't particularly I don't trust a lot of other groups, right? If they don't look like us. Of course, everybody has their bad group.
I mean, I'll be
But-
sus.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't count you out there. I'd be like, what's up?
Yeah, and it's not-
I'm watching you, you know,
Right.
until you prove yourself trustworthy. But I mean, I'm like,
for
as long
sure.
as you show yourself cool.
For sure. Yeah, and it's nothing bad. I have white friends. My mom's white, was raised by white people. But going through history and knowing that even my mom having black children, she could have been killed. So it's like the people in whole, you don't know how they feel about you. You know, our interactions as whole is met with racism. It's met with segregation. So it's not something that I use against or use to make excuses, but it's something I use to draw a border between me and them. I'm not going to really put my trust in them because when it comes down to it, I'm going to be the easier one to throw under the bus.
Right.
So when I hear these different stories about people going to predominantly white schools, I always find it fascinating to see how it goes through it, or they go through it. And once I had my son, that was a big eye-opener because eventually he's going to be... Well, it's not really kids, you know. Like, I mean, yes, kids, of course, but
And they get meaner.
I was more afraid of the adults. You know, a lot of people tell me my son's handsome. You know, tell me I should be happy to have him, but eventually he'll grow up. Eventually he'll look more like a thug. And it's like, when do we start getting scary to other people? And I had to make a choice on how to think, how to move, and how to act in order to train him to survive as long as possible, because we really don't thrive in this type of environment.
Yeah.
We just learn to survive, and it's
Baby, we survivors, because
yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, 400 years of just being disposable and still the most sought after.
we're the most supreme.
Exactly. I mean,
we don't stand up and use like the power that we have together in unity, because if we really band together and everybody stop trying to take the next person down that's coming up and try to come up with them, then we could be a predominant race, and we could be the powerful race that we are. We could be the supreme people that we are. We can be the gods and queens and kings that we are.
For sure.
But we choose not to because we can't watch the next brother or sister win.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in like oh my goodness, like things passed on by DNA? So like if somebody has depression, their kids may have depression, or if you have a trait, other parents might have a trait, or whatever. And I feel like
Yes and no.
yeah, no, we'll get to you, I promise.
Well,
Yeah, it's like a tag team thing.
Okay, that's why I was like, okay, maybe.
No, we're here for a while.
Okay.
But so I believe that we are bred to be this way, in the sense of not seeing each other win. And I brought up the colorism between dark skins and light skins because that is how we were bred to think. Of course, the light skins were in the house, dark skins were out. And eventually, through this history and time period, that we continue to move forward, but psychologically moving apart from each other. Because, of course, the light skins start to get a little more recognition. And then the TV and movies and everything started to come out, and everybody wanted to be like a certain group.
Right.
First you wanted to be white, but now you wanted to be light skinned because you got the best of both worlds. So I feel like just year after year after seeing it and then being numb to it, especially on television or on other things, and then the games start to come around, it's easy for us to accept our own differences instead of accept our similarities and overcome, like you were saying.
Right.
So yes, it is up to us to be better. Boys, it's really hard. 400 years of hating yourself, hating the people who look like you, and having to serve people who don't look like you, it's going to be a little difficult.
Right.
So that's just something.
Yeah, but it just, what upsets me about that is just it kind of gets swept under the rug. It's
for
like,
sure.
Oh, hey, yeah, we treated y'all like crap
Mm-hmm.
for 400 years. Get over it.
I need to pee because I need to like write down the point because I'm like sitting here.
No, okay, please chime in. Not.
Oh
Yeah, so I was just going off of her thing. That's why I didn't. No, you're good. You're both good.
What's your point?
I promise. Do your thing.
yeah. Okay, so you were just talking about how in movies how women are portrayed like. So basically, like the mixed women would say honey.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to be like J-Lo. Or,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right there.
And so I just have to make sure I have my actor right. But now I feel like we are getting our dues though,
Mm-hmm.
because we are, me being not only a beautiful chocolate black woman, okay, I am also in a interracial relationship, and not only on the movie screens are you getting beautiful black women in their natural state without them wearing weaves and still being gorgeous all across that screen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
I feel like we are getting our time. And also, we are also seeing more of interracial, like you said, we're just, I feel like, moving more into an easier era. But back in the day, hell no, couldn't be. But today, yes.
For sure. No, and I mean, I love that point of people getting comfortable with. Sorry, that was the slowest, longest jog I've ever seen somebody do.
Slow motion.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, why is he running so slow? But oh my gosh! But yes, we are getting comfortable with interracial relationships. We're getting more comfortable with seeing darker women on the screen. But my goal here is to shine light on the individuals who are not in the interrelation. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
Interracial.
Yes, and don't have access to see these beautiful women on screen. And what this podcast is meant to do is to uplift them internally, because I feel like we'll never escape the outworld hate. But once we love ourselves, and we start to love others, and then internally we'll be able to fix this war. So I love the direction that we're going, but there's still a lot of hurt that a lot of kids don't see, and a lot of kids still witness today. So what do you think, I mean, especially with you having daughters, what do you think it's like trying to protect them and keep them as innocent as possible, but yet give them that sense of urgency that this world is not all that mommy wanted to be, but this is how mommy's going to train you to be in this world?
Okay, well, I just be real and straight up with my kids, and I don't really sugarcoat nothing, and I don't really put race or anything up there when I'm teaching them. I'm like, you can be grabbed by a man, a woman, you can be grabbed by anybody. Like, they can look like, they can look any type of way,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody's like excluded from that. So I don't want her to be like scared of white people. I don't want her to be scared of like her own kind or anything like that. So I don't paint a picture for anybody to be looked at wrong.
Yeah.
And I just be like, it can be your own people. I really just try to be as real with them as possible. Like, I don't want to scare them, but at the same time, like, this world is a fast-paced world right
For
now.
sure.
And it's way faster than when we were coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you can't, I don't know. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's beautiful. Why don't you think a lot of parents think that way? Why do you think they have to bred their children to look at a certain group one way?
Maybe because they have something that they can't let go. or they have an experience that just like they're trying to protect their kids from like what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like letting their kids like live their lives and like run into their own problems, or even if they like do reoccur something that happened to you, you can see the signs, but you're like, I would say maybe manifesting or something in your kid's life for them to have the same path that you had by training them up against your fears versus like the world fears,
For sure.
like the bigger need.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
It can also be like the generational like curses, you know, is what I feel. So.
No, I feel you. So with my son, it's not the sense of having him fear a group of people. Is the sense to understand that you guys are not equal.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much you want to be. It doesn't matter. I was raised by white people and still get called a nigga.
Right.
You feel me? So regardless of how loving we want the world, how many times we can see Spider-Man and Zendaya kiss or whatever the case may be, reoccurring shit happens. My son will get stopped by the cops and he has to act a certain way.
Right.
He will be in the wrong neighborhood with gang members. He has to move differently. So yes, I see what you mean. Like everybody can be a target, but there's some things that's only specific for a group of people.
Right.
You know, so I love the way that you're raising your girls. Don't ever stop. But I mean, I don't have girls, so I really can't, chime in on that. But with my son, I mean, I've always been bigger, so I've been seen as aggressive instead of who I really am. And I know he's going to be a bigger kid. I know he's going to be rowdy because he's already, super, super energetic. And it scares me because, I mean, you probably heard of the story of the teenager Elijah. The cop stopped him and shot him with some drug or whatever and killed him. And that's something you can't get back. And I would feel like as a father, I failed if I could not do the best of my ability to stop whatever could happen. So that's just a big thing with me. Do you ever feel...
Yeah, but also on that point, I feel like I'm not a parent yet. Okay? I just started out there. But I also feel like you can't hide. Like she said, you can't... Like, you are a parent, and yes, you do truly want to protect your child from everything, but you can't protect them from everything, and that's just unnecessary stress that you put on yourself, because at the end of the day, if you don't let your child make those mistakes, like, all we can do is guide our children and pray that they listen to our, guidance and wisdom and what we taught them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but at the end of the day, we bump our heads. I bump my head.
For sure.
But...
And I'm not saying bump your head, like make bad decisions, but if it's midnight, if it's
a life scenario.
For sure.
Right.
If it's midnight and he gets pulled over and it smells like weed, don't reach for things. Your parents probably told you what to do when you get pulled over. Other kids don't have to get those type of lessons. So those are the experiences I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Not don't go out and fall in love. Don't go out and experience life.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay.
But
I didn't want you to think I'm just going to shelter him, but
Yeah.
when he's in these occasions, like in the hood or get pulled over.
No, I'm just saying don't don't fear it. Just enjoy it and embrace it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
No, that's beautiful.
I was raised in the church, straight up every day.
Same.
And I came out alright because it was more, I guess, like a moral thing for me as a kid. Some kids got it, some kids didn't. But I feel like for the ones that did get that experience, we're more so like,
Grounded.
yeah, a little bit.
And when you say get these morals, what morals are you speaking of? Just church morals or people morals?
I mean, I guess a little bit of both, but just like being that good person or having like that good example, or instead of like just not having the example at all, and then whatever life brings you is what you get.
For sure.
But I feel like it's just another I don't even know what word I want, but I just feel like it's another way to raise your kids, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or another choice of raising your kids. Like, my kid's bad, but I feel like if we didn't go to church, they'd probably be a little bit worse,
Yeah,
And I'm just glad because they actually fear something that's not me, you know
for
what I
sure.
mean? And it's for a good cause. Like, okay, I don't want to be a bad person because, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just different morals and different things that you learn growing up that way. And I feel like if you just get a little bit of it, it's some things you will do and it's some things you'll get close to and be like, I'm not crossing that line.
Right. No, I mean, Kevin Gates said it the best. He said, once I started to change my inner self, I started to change the world around me. You involving yourself and your daughters in church, you are changing your outward environment. So, yes, you can go to different individuals and give them that love first and maybe change their attitude, their view of you, view of people who look like you. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to say that. Sorry, I don't know where I was going, but that's beautiful. And like I said, in order to change everyone, we had to change ourselves.
Right.
So that's beautiful. All the questions I have personally for you. So, but then after we talk to you, then it will be like a back and forth thing. So Miss Q,
Yes.
do you go by Q or Q? How do you? I can't pronounce your name, and I feel bad.
My name is Key Era.
Key Era. I keep wanting to say
But
Q Era.
We just call me Q.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Perfect. Well, Miss Q, going to the same school, were you always in Broken Arrow or did you transfer there?
So I am an Army brat, and
You did say that, my bad.
Yeah.
Louisiana, all that fun stuff, yes.
Yeah, that's where I was born. Yes, but primarily I ended up here from my bestie for life.
Mm-hmm.
And like basically, so transitioning from an Army base because I lived on an Army base majority of my life, and then coming to Broken Arrow and being in a public school, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
I knew no lie.
What was the biggest difference?
The freedom.
No, not even that, because I stayed. Okay, so I went. Let me just say first, I like school. Okay, I like school. So I stayed. And the curriculum is different up there. Like on an Army base, like when I came down here, I took classes that I never even heard of that I feel like I didn't even need.
Okay.
If we're just being honest, like I feel like I kind of, in a way,
Not down.
Yes, like backtracked.
Yes.
I backtracked because what the fuck is Oklahoma history for 4 years? I don't know. Just I'm sorry, but I still don't know a lot about it. But
Still don't know a lot about
I'm
it.
not dissing Oklahoma by no means, because baby, I love Oklahoma. I love our people. I love where I live. But at the end of the day, Oklahoma, education in general, we could do better if we just.
I agree. I think we're like second to last in teacher paid or education or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's difficult. So, of course, an Army base is really, really mixed, if I can say that accurately. And then going to Broken Arrow, where it's not really, really mixed.
It became, but it didn't start like.
It didn't start. So, when you first got there, what was your initial thoughts of this? Did you think you were going to enjoy it? Did you think it was just an experience you had to go through? Or what was on your mind?
So me being the person that I am, and an Army brat moving from every 3 years, like I make friends easily, and I like people in general. I'm just, as long as you vibe with me, I'm gonna vibe with you. And I just Broken Arrow gave off okay, so just to answer your question that you're really just looking for, the only time I ever felt any like true racism going to Broken Arrow would be I felt during like Black History Month, because truly it's not that they are racist, it's just the simple fact that you are the only Black person in the class. So when you're talking about it, it's kind of awkward, I feel, because they all want to look at you. But besides that, I love Broken Arrow. I love the people. I made some bomb ass friends. Like, I still, got some white chocolates to this day that I'm riding with, okay? But I'm just saying, it's just that would be the only time that I ever felt like displaced or out of place at Broken Arrow. Because the education was legit. Like, we had opportunities that other people did not have. Like, yes, it was definitely worth it. But it could be a little, that would be my only time, is what I'd say. To answer your
It's
question.
pretty well mixed now.
But now Broken Arrow's like, girl, Broken Arrow's huge. It is definitely the high school. They rebuilt the high school before I left. Well, before she left.
Yeah, my graduating class was like 1,300 kids.
Golly.
Mine was 1,200.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, damn near 1,200. And we was the first class to graduate from the BLK Center in 2014. So, like, I loved my time. Like, bitch, high school, we was lit. Because I wasn't even there half the time.
You really didn't run into the same people unless you had classes.
Because it was so damn big.
Yeah.
And then secondly, like, we was in tech. So, we was gone half the day. Like, we went to Tulsa Tech in the morning time and only had 3 classes when we came back to the
That
high
was
school.
junior, senior year.
So
Or,
really?
No, sophomore. Like, junior, yeah. Junior, yeah, that was junior, senior year.
And we just, like, this is my bestie boo by then. So we was stuck, like, glued together. So, I mean, we did everything together from football games, like,
We ain't gonna say it, we just did everything
JRTC.
together. A lot.
She's in veteran. Is that what it is? Yeah, she's a veteran.
You're the best.
Oh, thank you. They almost got me. They got you because I love you. But she had the time of her life, so you know. I'm good. You know that.
We doing everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
No, that's all right. So, your position is a little different. Not different in a bad way, but different because I've never seen it personally. You have a white fiance, and that is not common between women and men. I know a lot of black men go for black or white women. That's what I've seen. I'm not sure of the statistics. But how were you? First of all, how did you two meet, and what were your families' initial reaction to each other?
So let's start off with how we met. We met in high school at a mutual friend's New Year's Eve party. And we were both with somebody at the time. But I still saw him walk through that door and I loved them dorky glasses. And I was like, oh, yes. And his smile. It was his smile for me. But he's a goober. He's just a cool person. Like, my Joey can get along with any and everybody. Like, he's not your typical, I don't even know, like, what a typical white person is, because there's no such thing as a typical white person, in my opinion, because everybody is themselves. Like, just how black people don't want to be labeled as the typical black person, white people don't want to be labeled as the typical white person either. So I feel like I'm a ride for both of them. Like, I'm riding for my man, but, you know,
Give me a race.
facts. Like, at the end of the day, my baby's my baby, and if I had to say, if he was a seasoning, he'd be allspice, okay? Because he goes with everything.
Okay. Good answer. Look.
That's nice.
I
love it.
The families. He said the families. How they react.
Yeah, it was 2 questions.
Okay.
2-part
Okay.
questions.
And then...
You know I gotta keep on.
I appreciate it.
And then our families have not personally met each other yet, but we have met each other's families.
So explain.
Yeah, what was that like for you? What was your experience?
Okay, so...
Did they try to touch your hair?
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I know
They're
that's just
very... Okay, so
it's a
first of all-
stereotypical thing. I just try to.
First of all, JoJo, my fiance has 3 older brothers, and they're, when I say older, they're like 15 to 13 years apart. So,
Okay.
like, and they are very sweet and very loving. Like, you know, every now and again, you can have trouble with, you know, your your mother-in-law, but I feel like that's everybody. But
Move on.
yeah,
Okay.
you know, like I just
Now, how'd your mama take him? I'm sorry.
my
No,
mom
you should
absolutely
do it.
loved him. Like my mom, well, actually, my mom. Okay, let me say about my mom. Okay, my mommy has always said, you know, she doesn't care who I bring home if they could be black, blue, white, green, purple, as long as they treat you like, you know, like it's the way that they treat you. And she has always supported me in my relationships, like all three of them. But you know, literally. But she is. Shut up, Dee. But she is like that's my rock. That's my woman. And so is my grandmother. And his mom, like his whole family loved me. They embraced me. They were really sweet. They were genuine. I love the kids. Like I love his family. I love especially his brothers. Like his brothers and his family is awesome.
Hmm.
Like you know, they are that's our glue. You know, on his side, that's our glue. So they're the ones that you know keep
Like
the
they
things.
interact.
Yeah, like they keep not even interact. Like you know, like they are always hosting an event, you know, or doing something, and they're always reaching out and inviting. Is what I'm saying. Like they keep the glue together. Like one, you know, he keeps. You know how that one brother. You got that one family member that always keeps all the family members together. So yeah, it's like that with the four brothers. Is what I'm trying to say. So.
That's dope. So of course couples argue and couples disagree, but sometimes it gets a little rocky where the experience of the couple is different. So the reason why I will only date black women is because I feel like the history, the experience, and the love connection that I can have with the black women is deeper than I can have with other people. Coming home after a hard day and something traumatic happens to me, she will understand a little deeper. You know, the women during slavery would get raped, would get beat to save her man. And I feel like that right there is something that I want to experience, not that dramatic.
Right, that deep,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So when it comes to you and your fiance, when you guys have different opinions, if you do, on certain racial topics, different. Okay, new question.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
how do you?
just ask me what you want to ask me. You can ask me any and everything.
No, it's not.
I think like it. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna answer because I'll be here. Okay, so
Wait, what is the question?
okay, the question
No,
is basically like, how do y'all react to like certain topics or certain arguments like with race involved? Though?
Yeah, that was a better
Race
question.
involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that.
So typically we don't. Okay, when it comes to race, we don't. There's like, I'm attracted to souls. I'm attracted to a person. I'm attracted to a vibe at the end of the day. Baby, you could be from Haiti and be purple for all I care. Like, or gorgeously white. You know, pale skin, whatever. You could be whatever. Only because then they got the Cubans over there who speak Spanish or something.
Humans where?
I don't know. Okay.
There's humans everywhere. You're doing great.
Yes, humans everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
But listen, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter if you have a beautiful soul or a personality. Like, I've been married before, and my first husband was black,
Right.
African American, and we got along perfectly fine. Like, we were just high school sweethearts, and it just, you know, time ended. And that is what it's gonna be.
No, for sure. And I feel like these questions are really questions that need to be asked. For the simple fact, because I mean, love is love, and I agree with that statement. And there's going to be somebody from one side of the tracks be attracted to another side of the track. So I feel like men and women hearing your story, I feel like can calm them down in a sense because.
So I feel okay. So to answer that, so sidebar, I feel like the most desired woman is the black woman. Like, not even boosting. Like, white
We'll get into that. I promise.
like I'm like, and
A sidebar over.
okay, sorry.
Actually, you know what? Let's just hop into it. So, ladies, black girl magic is a thing. We see it every day on TikTok, in the movies and music. You, I agree. You look really good. Anyway, so I feel like there's a lot of desire for women who look like you, but when it comes to actual interactions, they don't typically show that admiration. Where do you think that comes from? Like the little bit of jealous, but not wanting to. They're too prideful to be like, oh, you know, I don't know. It's I don't know how it is for women, so it's kind of a.
I'm not gonna say they don't love the Lord per se. They just not like I don't know. Some women I feel just can't let go of drama or pettiness. Like it's just literally in them.
Me too, though.
No, I mean
I'm just saying. I was just putting my comment in.
that's true. Yes, too. That's true. But see, I'm gonna beat you. What was the question? I don't even know.
It's okay.
You the one that came up with the thing. You was talking about how we the most desirable.
So the question is, when you see these different, when you see these different group of people who are not black, want to have the nice lips, the big booty, the swag, or just.
I feel blessed at the end of the day because I'm not paying thousands of dollars. The Lord's personally blessed me with that. Okay.
Right.
Like, and even if I didn't have it, you need to find the self-confidence to know that you don't need all this injections. Like we don't need this. We don't need BBLs. They just trying to make money off of you.
Let me.
You are beautiful just the way that God created you. Okay? Just throw a little makeup on it. Like they used to do back in the day.
Natural beauty. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if it's that deep,
Natural.
shucks, it ain't even gonna be that deep.
I feel like, what was the question?
Yes. So. So the statement was, black women are the most admired, basically, in a nutshell.
Oh, I was commenting because she went into like BBLs and injections.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is, I support. It just can't. It can't look like a Chevy though.
I'm not knocking nobody that got it.
My message to black women is stop, because they just want the opportunity to jack us up, and we look jacked up. To my other races, well, there's no other races, there's one race. Okay, but to my other females that's not as pigmented as I am, I just want to say, like, just be you. And I know, like, black don't crack, and, you know, sometimes you want to, but...
Listen.
Okay, when it comes
Y'all two need your own podcast. I'd watch it.
I keep telling her this.
Listen, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you, like right now, for me personally, I'm going through my spiritual walk, and I know that I'm beautiful. Like, the Lord made me unapologetically me, okay? He knows every now and again a cuss word might slip up in church, okay? That I know that's the worst thing in the world. But you know what? Sometimes you see something in church where you're just like, okay. But, sidebar. Anyways, we're back to the topic, but it's just like, I don't know.
No, I understand where
You
you're.
just need, at the end of the day, you need Jesus. Like, you need somebody to believe in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You just need somebody to believe in.
No, I feel you.
Like,
And if you don't believe in nobody, believe in yourself. Facts. If you don't believe in a higher power, believe in yourself.
first and foremost, baby, because ain't nobody got you but you, okay? Remember that. Because you going to be the only, literally, you the only one, like, at the end of the day, you was born into this world by yourself, and you're going to be in a box by yourself. I mean, we make some bomb-ass souls, okay, along the way, okay? Along the way, you meet bomb people, but at the end of the day, you are still on your own journey, but we are all trying to get to one destination. So, be respectful of one another. Compliment somebody, okay? You never know what the next person is going through. So,
kind word go a long way.
A kind word does go a long way. Okay.
Well, ladies, I feel like you wrapped it up perfectly. No, because at the end, I always like words of encouragement. So I think you,
Always.
yeah, I think you ladies did a good job. This went how I expected it to go, in a good way. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying
What
to.
you want some more?
No, no, it's not. It's not. Do I want some more? It's kind of. That was an odd statement.
It's not.
Do I want some more? No.
The question is, what's still on your
What's
mind?
brewing?
No, it's just.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's difficult because like both of your positions are really really rare. You both are loving. You both see people as they should be seen, but it's not that way for a lot of people, especially where I grew up. Like, of course, we had white kids who struggled, but it was just all us. It was,
Right.
yeah, and psychologically, it made me feel like I couldn't get to their level. You know, I grew up in the church as well, and everybody was white.
Listen. Speaking of that, I'm sorry to cut you off, but my thought process, you know I got ADHD, I know I'm a squirrel. We were literally just sitting in the car talking about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you're not into God, you into the universe, okay? And if you're a Christian, like my faith, my spiritual journey, I believe God created this earth, okay? And if He created this earth in His beauty, then you just need to go outside at night and just pray about it. Like, marvel His creation. Go outside and just be one with Mother Nature. Like, pray to the stars. Like, I don't know where my phone is, but it says that the more connection that you have with the earth is the more connection that keeps you closer to God. Because God, this is His creation at the end of the day.
For sure.
So, even if you, or Mother Nature, whatever, you know, like, it's real. It's breathing. Like, people really do pray, and miracles really are happening. Like, you just literally have to, like they say, open your mind. They always say the crazy ones, the ones that are like, you know, talking to the trees and all that good jazz, they always say, you know, they're crazy. No, they're not crazy. They actually might be on to something. And you wonder why these people are really at peace, okay? At the end of the day, your goal should be peace. Okay? Peace of mind.
Okay. I'm with it.
Peace of spirit. Like, you just want peace. Peace in your household, on your job. And, like, when you're driving in the car in the morning, like, you just want peace. Because at the end of the day, that's the problem. There's so much going on in this world, and everybody's focused on the next person or what we don't have.
Mind your business. Oh, I don't know why everybody all up in everybody's business. I don't know why everybody putting their business on social media for other people to get in their business to be mad that somebody else is in your business because you put it out there. Grow up. That's it.
From personal experience.
No, seriously, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I love that you said God created this. But He also said He gave this world in the hands of the wicked. Yes. So for the kids who grow up in the apartments that I did, that see crackheads, that see broken lights, broken whatever, how can you feel connected to something so run down? How can you feel so connected to a history of violence, a history of sex addiction, a history of failure, a history of food stamps, whatever the case may be? Like, here, when you guys were outside, I was just looking, I was like, how beautiful is this? How much I want this. And I never had this. And I feel like my mindset will be a little deeper. I can find that peace if I can look out and see peace. But if I can look out and see stray dogs, or I can look out. Exactly. And it's not really that I don't want it. It's I can't manifest it because I can't visualize it. You know,
Beauty is really in the eyes of the beholder. So really, like, whatever your environment is,
it really don't matter because some of the richest people come from the brokest environments, baby.
Yeah.
It's literally your mindset. Like she said, your mindset at the end of the day. It's your hustle. It's how bad you want it. Like, I don't want to work nights. I don't want to work nights and go to school and die, okay, literally die 3 or 4 days a week. But I do it because I want to have a better life someday. I don't want to worry, okay? I gotta struggle now and do what the fuck I gotta do and cry and lose sleep. But I gotta do it.
For sure.
Because I want the better, like, I want better for me, okay? It's not that, like, it doesn't matter where you come from. And I'm sorry, I can never, I can't speak on that because I can't relate to that because that's not where I come from. That's not my situation. I was not raised like that. I told you, I'm an army brat. Baby, people was marching outside at 4:30 in the morning where I came from, okay? Like, it was,
A whole other world.
it was a whole nother world, literally. I lived in Hawaii for the first 7 years of my life, so it's another topic. But at the end of the day, it does not matter where you come from or what you got going on. It's when you truly decide to put the excuses aside and truly put yourself first. Because at the end of the day,
Whose soul you looking into? Who
Like,
you talking to?
I don't
She
know.
talking to you.
like, you
Right.
just have to put yourself first at the end of the day. Like, I'm just confused because everybody want, like you said, if you want truly what the next person has, then you need to work. Yes.
Okay. So, me coming into my own is a different experience for me, and I'm just gonna say I'm 28, and I just recently got my first place ever by myself.
Congratulations.
Ever. So it's a different experience. Like sometimes I want to beat myself up because I'm like, why am I just like now making this step in life? But at the same time, like everybody has their own journey and everybody struggle in their own way. But you always gotta just like not. I don't know. I just feel like you can't look at the past or look behind you. Like every day is a new day for you to start over and do something better or do something good. Even if like, I don't know, if you're really down bad or whatever, like just walk to the door and go back and sit on the couch if you don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that effort.
Yes.
And every day is a new day.
Yes.
So even if you don't do it today, you got tomorrow to, you know, if it be in that God's will. But you know, you have tomorrow to try it again. You know, I promise I'm a living witness because look, I tell every day I'm gonna work out. I still ain't got there, but I tell myself before I sleep, I'm gonna work out tomorrow. I'm gonna work out tomorrow, and it's gotta. You can't. You know, I tell people I'm like, don't talk about it, be about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, I feel like getting yourself in a habit. If you smoke cigarettes, you do this. That's your habit. But if you say I'm gonna work out, or you say or you manifesting what you want to do. Eventually your body is going to start making those steps because your mind is prepped and ready to do what you've been saying you wanted to do. Okay, that's it.
It was beautiful.
Okay.
So there's this quote that you guys are familiar with Meek Mills, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this quote, and he was saying, if your dad's dead or in jail and your mom worked 12 hours, who is supposed to watch you? And I didn't understand what that. I mean, of course, I understood what it meant, but I didn't understand how deep it was. So going back, of course, seeing people march out at 4, having that discipline to strive and the discipline to be up 24 hours, 48 hours. That's something instilled in you from birth, psychologically, physically, just because you've seen it, you were comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. I am. I'm comfortable
Right.
with structure, and that's what like.
But it's difficult. So my parents didn't graduate high school. They didn't even make it to high school. So when I had
Neither did my mother.
when I had questions with like schoolwork, they didn't know. When I had questions about other things, they didn't know. They just knew how to survive. So how it's hard. I don't want to sound. I don't want to sound aggressive. So it's like, how do you tell that child, you need to figure it out, you need to work hard, when nobody has. And this is what I got emotional the other day because of how far I came. Losing weight, having podcasts, having my house for 4 years, about to pay off my car. That's something I'd never seen. And that's something that a lot of kids will never see. So it's like, how can we instill in them greatness when all they saw was failure?
listen. So for the we had like 2 points to that. So for the first point, my mother did not graduate high school, but my mother was a single mother, okay? And my mother worked her ass off. And if she did not know, she would call somebody and to figure it out, okay? And then she would work, get off, and then she'd go to school. And she did graduate. And she did get her college degree, okay? And my mom is doing her job. But I'm just saying, like, and I really feel like that's why I am the way that I am, because I know that I do not want. That's why I don't have children yet. I'm 27 and I do not have kids because it's not that I do not want them, because I do. It's just I know how far I want to be in life first before I have them.
No, that's
because
beautiful.
My mother, like, it's not to say that she makes struggling look effortlessly, okay? Let me just put that out there. She made struggling look effortlessly.
I didn't even know we were struggling as a kid.
It's that.
I never knew it.
That.
I never knew.
Everything. We had any and everything from top of, like, you know,
Well,
my mom.
I had grandparents, so
That too.
I had both sets.
I went. Well, not both sets.
I had both
But-
sets.
Either way it goes, we had it. Like, my mom made sure that we had it, and that's, like, again, your mindset. Your mindset. The mind is the most powerful thing.
Okay, can I ask
Why
you
do
a
you always
question?
think we can unlock 10% of it? Use it.
Okay. She gonna go on this conspiracy.
It's not conspiracy, I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's facts.
So to answer your question, and I think your question was like, how do you basically stop a child from failing when all this is going?
Yeah, how do you give hope to a child who feels hopeless?
Okay. Well, I feel like
You support them.
I feel like it's all in support and showing up for them.
Yeah.
Because as long as, no matter like what you see around you, like it can be, you know, the worst of the worst. Like, I haven't always had the best, and I've been at my lowest. So it's like I've seen all walks of life. I haven't just been like straight up here, and I ain't just been here, but I've been here too. So I've seen pretty much the worst of the worst and the best of the best.
For sure.
Like, I've seen both ends of the world. So for a child coming up, because now that I have children, like, this is an important subject to me, but I feel like you just got to be there. They just need to see you, because if they see you, then they won't have nothing else to, like, look at. When you're not there, that's when they see, or that's when it opens up a child's imagination to actually see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because
The innocence is gone.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's like, just show up, and even if you're not always there, like okay, yeah, I couldn't make it, but like when you get home, I'm like, how was that game? Or, you know, like, I still want to experience that with you, even though I wasn't there. I want to experience with your story, your smile, how you tell me. So I just feel like as a parent, we just need to show up more. It might not be every day, because life is busy. Like, I be, oh, get off me to my kids. I be like, move.
All the
Get out of my
time.
room, shut my door. I don't want to hear it. I do that.
I feel
But
that.
I show up too. I'm there. Like, those important moments, I'm there. Every single important moment, like every stepping stone, my face is there. I want that card in their memory, like, because I don't want them to ever experience a good moment. And even if I wasn't there, be like, you know, me and mom talked about it though. Like, I got to tell her, you know, how it was. Show up. It's hard. It's hard. Well, I don't know. I have to be there, and I don't have to be there, but I choose to be there. So I just feel like show up. It's like the first step. Just like make the effort. If you didn't make it, like I said, you got tomorrow is a new day. Stop looking back, because when you look back, you can't go forward if you're looking back.
And that's legit. That's it. Like I said, the support. She couldn't do it, and she found someone to do it. Like, it's literally the fact that you show up.
It takes a village. I'm sorry, it's not just the parents. It's not just the parents' obligation to take care of these kids. Like, if you say you love me, you know, and I call you and I say, you know, take one at least. You know, make time for that child, because it is a busy time, and I know if you're a parent, you would want that same support. You would want that same help.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a village. I'm telling y'all. And if you're not part of a village and you want kids, become a part of a village. So you can know, so you can be around, so you can experience, so you can, you know, embrace certain things where you're like, okay, when I get a child, this is what I'm looking forward to if you want to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But, you know, go join a village.
I'm just fun into you right now. Like I love my nieces and nephews. I'm God mommy. Mm-hmm.
Well, both of you ladies have no, it's fine. Both of you ladies are amazing. Both of you ladies have phenomenal stories. I love having multiple people on so people can see different perspective and different life choices, lifestyles, and all that fun stuff. So it's been a pleasure to get to know both of you. I've known you for a year and, you know, barely know you.
It's been a pleasure this is a beautiful soul, y'all. Anybody that truly just takes the time out of their day to just truly try to get to know individual people and their story. Just take the time to listen, and truly try to make a difference. Y'all better subscribe
and uplift and entertain y'all all at the same time. Come through, like, subscribe.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all better
Thank you. Thank you.
What you gonna find out?
Well, yeah, that's been the end of the episode, or this is the end of the episode. So, from us to you all, may your pain be champagne.